Good morning and welcome back, dear students. In the last few classes, we were studying the transformation of direct speech into indirect speech when the statement is an assertive statement. We learned the rules concerning it. We learned when the tense is in present tense, it changes to the corresponding past, and what are the rules concerning the future tense as well as the past tense. First, we saw what must be the reporting verb when you convert the statement and how the rule concerning it is. We have also learned about the change of pronouns when you convert the direct speech into indirect speech when the statement is an assertive statement. And today we are going to learn the transformation of direct speech into indirect speech when the statement is an interrogative statement. You already know what an interrogative statement is. The sentences that ask a question is called an interrogative statement. Let's see what are the points to be remembered when the given statement is an interrogative statement. The first thing is concerning the reporting verb. The reporting verb is changed to asked, inquired, demanded, etc. We know what the reporting verb is. The verb that is used to report the statement is called the reporting verb. When the given statement is an interrogative statement, which is supposed to be converted into indirect speech, the first point to be remembered is in indirect speech, the reporting verb has to be changed. The verb said will be changed to the reporting verb asked is changed into asked, inquired, demanded, etc. That is the first point you will have to be very careful about. The second point to be remembered is questions are mainly of two types. One is yes or no questions. You already know what is an yes or no question. Yes or no question means the question will have the direct answer either yes or no. For example, did you play cricket yesterday? I'll have the answer yes, I played cricket yesterday, or no, I did not play cricket yesterday. The questions which directly gives the answer, the questions which directly give the answer either yes or no is called the yes or no questions. So whenever you get a statement, whenever you get a question, an interrogative statement to be converted into indirect speech, the first point to be remembered is whether it is an yes or no question. If the question is an yes or no question, we will be making use of if or whether in the place of conjunction that. You will not be making use of conjunction that. In the assertive statements, we have already seen that the reported speech is joined by the conjunction that, and that conjunction will not be used, and in the place of conjunction that you make use of either if or whether when the given question is an yes or no question. That is the first point to be remembered when you get a statement to be converted or an interrogative statement to be converted into indirect speech. See whether it is yes or no question. If it is not an yes or no question, the same question word will be used in the place of conjunction. For example, if it is the question begins with what, when, where, which, how, all these same words will be used as used in the place of the conjunction that. Now the next point to be remembered is interrogative sentences are put as statements. Interrogative sentences, you know the difference between a question sentence and a statement. In a statement, we know that it will be a verb will be placed after the subject, whereas in an interrogative sentence, the verb or the auxiliary verb will be placed before the subject. That's the difference between an interrogative statement as well as an assertive statement. In an assertive statement, subject, verb, then the rest of the part of the sentence. Whereas in an interrogative sentence, it will be the auxiliary verb or the verb which will be placed before the subject. Now what happened when you convert the direct speech into indirect speech, when the subject sentence is an interrogative sentence, what happens is that interrogative structure is changed into statement structure. Interrogative form will be changed into statement form. Therefore, the sentence will be ended with a full stop and not with a question mark. I hope you are clear why it is not ended with a question mark. In the question, when you read the question, you will find the question mark over there just before closing the inverted commas in the direct speech. But when you convert that into indirect speech, no question mark will be placed. In the place of it, it will be a full stop. The reason is interrogative structure is changed into statement structure. Interrogative form is changed into statement form. These are the important points to be remembered when you convert a direct speech into indirect speech when the given statement is an interrogative statement. And all the other rules related to the change of tense, related to the change of pronoun, certain words which are to be changed, all those points are to be borne very clearly in your mind. Together with that, these points are also to be taken into consideration. Once again, let's see what are the main points that you will have to remember in an interrogative statement other than the general rule. The first point we saw about the reporting verb. The reporting verb is changed to asked, demanded, or inquired. That's the way the reporting verb is in an indirect speech when the statement is an interrogative statement. Second point is to be remembered is to see whether the given statement is yes or no question. If it is an yes or no question, remember, make use of if or whether. You have the option to make use of either if or whether. That is your choice. In the place of conjunction that, you will be making use of whether or if the given statement is, if the given interrogative statement is an yes or no question. Yes or no question means a question which directly gives you the answer either yes or no. If the statement is an yes or no question statement, interrogative statement, you will have to make use of if or whether. And if it is not yes or no question, which means if the question begins with an interrogative pronoun or an interrogative adverb, such as what, which, when, whose, who, where, how, and why. The same word is used in the indirect speech to introduce the words spoken by the speaker. The same question word will be used, the interrogative pronoun or the same interrogative adverb will be used in the indirect speech to introduce the words spoken by the speaker. And the last point to be remembered is the interrogative sentences are put into the form of statements. Therefore, the sentence will be ended with a full stop and not a question mark. The indirect speech always ends with a full stop and not with a question mark, even when the given statement is an interrogative statement. The reason is interrogative sentences are put into the statement forms. Let's see the example. A few examples. Let us start with the first example. The first example is, he said to us, comma, inverted comma, he said to us, are you going away today? He said to us, are you going away today? Remember, the given statement is in present continuous, are plus going. Go, that is are plus verb in the ing form. Are you going? Which means the given statement is in present continuous. And you know that when you convert the statement from direct speech to indirect speech, present continuous changes to past continuous. So that point has to be remembered. Let's see how the answer is. He said to us, are you going away today? The first point we have already learned is changing the reporting verb. Reporting verb in the question is he said to us. That will be changed into asked, inquired, demanded, etc. So here it is an inquiry. So therefore it will be he inquired of us. Remember, inquire of. He inquired of us. Immediately after that, join with the conjunction, join if or whether, because the question is an yes or no question. Are you going away today? The answer will be yes, I am going away today, or no, I am not going away today. So the given statement is an yes or no statement. It's an yes or no question. And yes or no questions, you know that we will have to make use of if or whether. So we make use of either if or whether. That is your choice. Whether, please, when you make use of whether, please remember the spelling W-H-E-T-H-E-R. If the spelling goes wrong, W-E-T-H-E-R, the meaning changes entirely and you will get no mark at all. So you have the option either to make use of whether or if. That is absolutely your choice. Both these words bring out the same meaning. So the answer will be, he inquired of us if present continuous. Now after that you have the pronoun are you the personal pronoun of second person, and personal pronoun of second person goes to the object over here in the given statement is us. So whether we were going away that day, whether we were going away that day, were we going away that day cannot be the right answer. The reason is interrogative statement has to be changed into the assertive form. The subject will be placed before the verb or the auxiliary verb. The point to be very clearly noted down, my dear students. In an interrogative statement, we know that the question word, the verb or the auxiliary verb will be before the subject. Whereas in a statement, it will be subject, then the verb, and the rest of the part of the sentences here. In the same way, what will happen over here? He inquired of us whether we were going away that day. This today changes to that day. So the entire answer is he inquired of us whether we were going away that day. It is not whether were we going away that day. That will be absolutely wrong answer, because the interrogative sentences are put into the form of statements. Let's move on to another example. The next example, he said to me, comma, inverted comma, do you know the way? He said to me, do you know the way? Another yes or no question. When you are asked, do you know the way? Answer will be yes, I know the way, or no, I do not know the way. So the given statement is again an yes or no statement. When the statement is yes or no, you have to make use of whether or if. Do you know the way? Tense of the statement is simple present. Simple present changes to simple past. All those points are to be remembered. Let's see, he inquired of me. He inquired of me. We have to change the reporting verb. That is the first point to be remembered. It's again another inquiry. Therefore, he inquired of me. If or whether, that is your choice. Join with the words either if or whether. If I knew the way. If I knew the way. Here we have do you. You is the personal pronoun of second person which goes to the object of the statement. And object of the statement given over there is me. Therefore, our answer will be he inquired of me if I knew the way. No, simple present has to be changed to simple past. Simple present changes to simple past. If I knew the way. Let's see another example. The statement in inverted commas. Is Mrs. Gupta at home? Question mark. Is Mrs. Gupta at home? Asked the postman. The statement is Mrs. Gupta at home? Asked the postman. Again another yes or no question. Is Mrs. Gupta at home? Yes, Mrs. Gupta is at home, or she is not at home. You have the answer to this question, either yes or no. Yes or no question. Yes or no question, you have to make use of whether or if. And the statement given over here is a simple present. Base form of the verb. Is Mrs. Gupta at home? Let us try to change this statement into indirect speech. Point to be remembered, first to see whether the statement is an yes or no statement. If it is yes or no statement, the interrogative statement gives the direct answer either yes or no. You have to make use of whether or if. And the given statement here is again yes or no question. Therefore, you have to make use of if or whether. Let's see our answer. So, the postman inquired of, immediately after that join with the, after making use of the reporting verb. Reporting verb we already know. Asked is changed to inquired because it was an inquiry. So, the postman inquired of if Mrs. Gupta was at home. If Mrs. Gupta was at home. Is at home. Simple present. Simple present has to be changed to simple past. Therefore, the answer is if Mrs. Gupta was at home. If Mrs. Gupta was at home. Let's see another example. Statement in inverted commas. Did you sleep well? Question mark. Close inverted comma. Asked my hostess. Did you sleep well? Asked my hostess. That's the statement is. Remember, did you sleep well? Answer will be yes, I slept well, or no, I did not sleep well. Again, the given statement is yes or no statement. An interrogative statement which directly gives you the answer either yes or no. And when the statement is yes or no statement, remember we have to make use of whether or if. And the tense of the statement here, did you sleep well? Second form of the verb, did. Did you sleep well? Simple past. And remember, simple past has to be changed into past perfect. Simple past changes to past perfect. So our answer will be the hostess. My hostess asked me. My hostess asked me. Join with the if, because the question is yes or no question. The statement is a yes or no statement. If I had slept well. Had I slept will be wrong answer, because it will be again in the same interrogative structure. Interrogative structure has to be changed into the statement form, and the sentence has to be ended with a full stop. Our answer will be my hostess asked me if I had slept well, full stop. My hostess asked me if I had slept well. Let's see another example. Statement again in inverted commas. Are there any letters for me? Question mark, close the inverted comma. Are there any letters for me? Said Uma. After closing the inverted comma, said Uma. Are there any letters for me? Again another yes or no question. Yes, there are letters for you, or no, there are no letters for you. No letter for you, that will be the answer. The statement is a yes or no statement. Let's see what the answer of it will be. The answer is Uma asked. Reporting verb has to be changed. Uma asked. Being yes or no question, make use of if or whether. Whether there were any letters for her. Uma asked whether there were any letters for her. Simple present changes to simple past. Are there any letters for me? Are, base form of the verb. The given statement was in a simple present. Simple present changes to simple past. Once again, let's see the answer. Uma asked whether there were any letters for her. Let's see one more example with related to yes or no question. He said to her, comma, inverted comma, he said to her, do you think that is a proper answer to give? Do you think that is a proper answer to give? Yes or no question? Do you think that's the way, that's a proper way to give the answer? Yes, I think. No, I do not think. So our answer to this question will be yes or no. And when you have an yes or no question, you have to make use of if or whether. Let's see what our answer is. He asked her. Reporting verb is changed. The question it is he said to her. Said to her has been changed into he asked her. Then immediately after that we are going to join the reported speech. Make use of whether or if. If she thought. Simple present changes to simple past. Do you think? You, the personal pronoun of second person, that goes to the object, that is her here in the statement. So if she thought, think changes to thought. Simple present changes to simple past. If she thought that was a proper answer to give. That is a proper answer to give. That was a proper answer to give. So the entire answer, let's see once again the whole answer. He asked her if she thought that was a proper answer to give. So far we saw when the given statement is an yes or no statement, how it has to be changed into indirect speech. Now we are moving to the next part of it, which means the statements will not be yes or no statement, which means the questions will begin with either an interrogative pronoun or an interrogative adverb, like what, which, when, where, who, whose, how, and why. So we will be making use of the same words in the indirect speech to introduce the words spoken by the speaker. We will not be making use of if or whether. Instead, we will be making use of the same interrogative pronoun or interrogative adverb in order to introduce the words spoken by the speaker. Let's see the example. The first example to it is, start the statement in an inverted comma. Where can I park my truck? Question mark. Close the inverted comma. Where can I park my truck? The driver asked the policeman. The driver asked the policeman. Again, it's an inquiry. Where can I park my truck? So naturally the policeman will tell you, you can park it there, you can park it in the other side, you may park it beside that building, etc., etc. So answers are many. It will not be yes or no answer. So you will be making use of the same interrogative pronoun or interrogative adjective as in order to introduce the words spoken by the speaker. Let's see the answer here. The driver inquired of the policeman. The driver, it's an inquiry. The driver inquired of the policeman. Join with the same word, the question word. Here it is, where can I park my truck? The question word here is where. And the same word will be used here in order to introduce the words spoken by the speaker. Let's see the answer. The driver inquired of the policeman where he could park his truck. Where can I? Can changes to could. I, the personal pronoun of first person. So that will change to the subject. And the subject over here is the driver. So let's see the answer. The driver inquired of the policeman where he could park his truck. Where could he will be a wrong answer, because interrogative structure has to be changed into the statement form. So where he could, not could he. Could he means the auxiliary verb is placed before the subject. So the statement will remain in the same interrogative form. Interrogative structure has to be changed into the statement form. Our answer will be where he could park his truck. The entire answer is the driver inquired of the policeman where he could park his truck. So we made use of the same question word in order to introduce the words spoken by the speaker. Let's see another example. Rajat said to me, comma inverted comma, Rajat said to me, why do you look so sad today? Why do you look so sad today? Not an yes or no question. So you have to make use of the same question word, that is why, in the statement in order to introduce the words spoken by the speaker here. Let's see the answer. Rajat asked me, Rajat said to me, said. The reporting verb is changed into Rajat asked me. Join with the same question word, and the question word here is why. Why do you look so sad today? That is what the question is. Why do you look so sad today? Why I looked so sad that day? Why I? You have the personal pronoun of a second person you in the question. You go to the object, that is me, in the given statement. Why I looked so sad that day? Once again the answer. Rajat asked me why I looked so sad that day. Why I looked so sad that day. So when the question word is used, after the question word, it will be the subject. Please remember, immediately after the question word, we will be making use of the subject, as we already have the question word in the statement. Once again, our answer is, Rajat asked me why I looked so sad that day. Today changes to that day. Let's see another example. He said to the man, comma inverted comma, why are you lying on the road? He said to the man, why are you lying on the road? Why are you lying on the road? Let's see the answer here. He asked the man why he was lying on the road. He was. Simple present changes to simple past. Why are you? You the personal pronoun or second person. That goes to the object. Object over here in the given statement is the man. So the answer is, Rajat asked me, he asked the man why he was lying on the road. Is lying, simple present changes to, why are you lying? Present continuous. Present continuous changes to past continuous. Why he was lying on the road. So far we changed the sentences from direct speech to indirect speech. Now let's see the from indirect speech to direct speech. Let us change the sentences from indirect speech to direct speech. We are moving on with the interrogative statements. Let's see a few interrogative statements. When the statements are given in indirect speech, how to convert them in the direct speech. Rules are the same. Let's see now. Rita asked Nitin whether he had made a mistake. Rita asked Nitin whether he had made a mistake. Whether, the usage of whether, E for whether. When E for whether is used, the statement has to be converted into yes or no question. It has to be converted into an yes or no question. Let's see what the answer would be. Rita said to Nitin, reporting verb, certainly asked, that will be changed. Rita said to Nitin, comma, inverted comma, and the statement is whether he had made a mistake. He had made a mistake, past perfect. So let us convert this statement into simple past. Simple past changes to past perfect. So the answer will be Rita said to Nitin, comma, inverted comma, did you make a mistake? Did you make a mistake? Did, second form of the verb, simple past, and the simple past certainly has to be changed into past perfect, and the given statement is in a past perfect. Let's see another example. I asked Paul if he would lend me a pen. If he would lend me a pen. Again the question must be yes or no question, because already used the statement if. When E for whether is used when the given statement is gives you the direct answer yes or no. Let's see the answer. I said to Paul, we have changed the reporting verb. I said to Paul, comma, inverted comma, will you lend me a pen? Will you lend me a pen? Because the usage there is would. Will changes to would. Will you lend me a pen? See another example. She inquired of us whether we were playing football. She inquired of us whether we were playing football. The usage of the word if or whether. Certainly the question must be yes or no question. We were playing football. Past continuous. Naturally the statement has to be converted into present continuous. Present continuous changes to past continuous. Let's see the answer. He said to us, we have changed the reporting verb. He said to us, comma, inverted comma, are you playing football? Are you playing football? Question mark, and close the inverted comma. Now so far we have seen the examples related to the usage of whether or if. Now let's see the next part. The question is, the policeman inquired of the girl where she was going. The policeman inquired of the girl where she was going. Where, the word, the question word, interrogative pronoun or the interrogative adverb is used here. So in the statement also it must be exactly the same. Let's see what the answer to this indirect speech is. The policeman said to the girl, the policeman said to the girl, comma, inverted comma, where are you going? Where she was going. Past continuous. It has to be changed into present continuous. Where are you going? Question mark, and close the inverted comma. Let's see one more example. The man asked me how old I was. The man asked me how old I was. How, the question word is used here. So the same word has to be used when you convert the statement into direct speech as well. The answer will be, the man said, comma, inverted comma, asked, changed into said. The man said, comma, inverted comma, how old are you? How old are you? Question mark, close the inverted comma. How old are you? Because the statement it was given, how old I was. Simple past. So the statement has to be brought into simple present. How old are you? One point I forgot to state you, when you write the statement into direct speech, the first letter in the inverted comma must be in a capital letter. So H here in the inverted comma of the word how must be in its capital letter. So let us recollect once again what are the things that we saw today. Today we have seen the change of interrogative sentences into indirect speech. The last day we studied about the assertive sentences, and today we have learned about the special rules concerning the interrogative statements. The first point we saw is concerning the reporting verb. Reporting verb is changed to asked, inquired, demanded, etc. That is the first point. And the second point to be remembered, whenever you get a question, to see whether it is yes or no question. If it is an yes or no question, we make use of if or whether before introducing the words spoken by the speaker. If the question begins with an interrogative pronoun or an interrogative adverb like what, where, which, when, who, whose, how, why, etc., we make use of the same word in the indirect speech in order to introduce the words spoken by the speaker. And the last point we have to keep in mind is the interrogative structure changes into the statement form. Therefore, you will have only full stop in the indirect speech. There cannot be a question mark at all over there in the indirect speech. The reason is we change the interrogative structure of the statement into assertive form. Therefore, a statement always ends with a full stop. We will have only a full stop over there in the indirect speech. Let us stop for the day, and in the next class we will learn the transformation of direct sentence into indirect speech when the given statements are imperative sentences. We will learn the special rules concerning the change of direct speech into indirect speech when the given statement is an imperative sentence. Thank you. Have a nice day ahead.